Are you thinking of moving to Reno, Nevada or buying a home in the area, but you're wondering what's going on with the real estate market? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what's going on with the Reno real estate market. I'm going to talk about inventory, interest rates, and how the market has shifted. Yes, the market has shifted in just a couple of months. If you're new to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I get people just like you reaching out to me every single day looking to make the move to Northern Nevada, and I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or moving to Reno, Nevada, and you need some help, all my information will be down in the description below. I look forward to making this move as easy as possible for you. The Reno real estate market has shifted, and I'm not trying to scare you. I just want to inform you on what's going on. This current real estate market is not like the 2020, 2021, or the early parts of 2022 real estate market, but the market has definitely warmed up significantly. I would say the last 3 to 6 months of 2023 was pretty slow for home sales, and 2023 as a whole was the slowest year for home sales nationally in almost 30 years, which is absolutely crazy. But also seeing that this is the slowest year for home sales in 2023 in about 30 years, prices didn't really dip much. And the median home value in Reno went from the low 500s all the way up to $600,000. We definitely dipped a little bit at the end of 2022, but 2023, we definitely creep back up a little bit. This is with a high interest rate environment, which is really unique. Just to give you an example, I bought a brand new Toll Brothers home in December with a $40,000 incentive because I knew this was a great deal. Interest rates were coming down, and I knew some of these incentives would not be here probably in January or February. And unfortunately, I was right. In January, my same exact Toll Brothers community no longer had a $40,000 incentive, and I'm seeing a lot of other builders reduce their incentives as well. So this is an interesting fact. Another interesting fact is that millennials keep entering the buying pool more and more year after year. And first-time home buyers and millennials make up about 30 to 35% of the entire buyer pool, which is huge. This is also very interesting because as interest rates come down and maybe inventory increases a little bit, this is going to create another issue with supply and demand. But if you're looking for a home currently in this Reno real estate market, I do think now is a fairly good time before interest rates dip a little bit more and we see a ton more buyers in the market. You're probably wondering about inventory of homes in the Reno area. We currently have 159 single family homes that are active and available, meaning you could go out, show it, write an offer, and hopefully get accepted right away. And last month we had 350 single family homes that sold. So we're sitting right at around 2 months of inventory. And what this means is if we were to have no other homes listed for 2 months, after 2 months of home sales, we would be out of homes, meaning this is very, very low. But I would say at the peak of COVID, when the real estate market here was at its absolute craziest, we were at about 1 to 2 weeks of inventory. That was an absolute terrible time to be an agent and a buyer. I honestly did very well, but it was crazy because you would basically have to see a house that day. And if you didn't see a house that day or the next day and write an offer, there might be 3 to 10 plus offers, and it's gone within 24 to 36 hours. It was absolutely insane. I did not like that market, and I'm glad we're not back there. But the crazy thing that people say is, okay, inventory will come on the market in the spring and summer months. And while I do agree, if rates dip a little bit in the spring and summer months, more and more inventory comes on the market, interest rates dip a little bit. But even if we get a few more homes on the market, interest rates dropped, and now we have more buyer demand, essentially kind of equaling out the inventory levels again as well. So I do think more homes will come on the market in these spring and summer months because everyone pretty much understands or thinks that the spring selling season is the best, and I would tend to agree. But if you're looking for more inventory, there might be more inventory in the spring or summer months. But like I said, if the interest rates dip a little bit more, you're also going to have more competition. If you're wondering what's going on with interest rates are currently around 7 to 7.1%. And last year in 2023, we peaked at about 8 to 8.1%, which was absolutely crazy for the recent real estate markets. We also dropped to about 6.6 to 6.7% within the last 1 to 3 months, and we have creeped up again to just around 7 to 7.1%. It seems like a lot of people are pretty comfortable buying in the low 6 to high 6% range. Definitely a little bit slower in the 7% range. But the really nice thing about this current current interest rate environment is you can definitely refinance down the road. But don't get me wrong, I absolutely hate the phrase, buy the home, date the rate. I really don't like that saying. Really make sure you're comfortable with the payment at a 7% interest rate. Interest rates might pull back in the next few months or possibly next year and a half. So just make sure that you're able to refinance, keep your credit scores up, your job income high, so that when rates drop, you are ready to refinance. The typical rule of thumb is when interest rates drop 1% from what you're currently at, it's a pretty good time to refinance. So keep that in mind. Another good thing is a couple builders around town, and one of my absolute favorites is D.R. Horton. They're offering some amazing interest rate incentives. If you were to buy a home and use their in-house lender, DHI Mortgage, you can get a 5.25 for an FHA or a VA loan, or a 5.75 conventional loan, which is a little over 1% less than the market rate, which is huge. If you're thinking of selling your home in this Reno real estate market, here's what you need to know. I do believe this is one of the best times to sell a home in the Reno real estate market in the last 1.5 years. We've had a very slow 1.5 years in the Reno real estate market. The last 6 months of 2022 were very, very slow, and we saw a price dip. In 2023, nationally, this was the slowest year for home sales in almost 30 years, but we did see the median home value increase in Reno from about $520 up to the $590 range. So even with the high interest rate environment, our prices didn't dip very much at all. And even if they did from 2022, they mostly recovered. But if interest rates keep dropping throughout the year, which I think it will as inflation is coming down and interest rates get anywhere in the 6 to 6.5% range, I do think it's going to be an even better time to sell your home, maybe even in the summer to fall, or possibly even the quarter months of the 2024 year. And I think it'll be even better in the 2025 year. But if you're downsizing, need a bigger home, need to get in a specific school district, unfortunately, maybe you're getting divorced or relocated for a job, I do believe now, all the way up until the 2024, 2025 market is going to be a pretty good time to sell your home if you need to do so. But another few things that you need to do regardless is you still need to price your home accordingly. Make sure it's in good condition. Hire an experienced agent. I really don't care if it's me or anyone else, but do yourself a favor. There are a lot of really good agents out there. Look up their reviews, ask them some good questions, and get an experienced agent. Make sure they get professional photos. Absolutely do not let your agent take cell phone photos or do it themselves. Hire a professional for $300 to $500 and be much happier that you did. And if your home is slightly on the higher end, definitely get a professional photo that's vertical and horizontal for the social media such as YouTube, Instagram, or possibly even TikTok. And make sure your agent knows how to run ads and properly market your home. If you're considering buying a home in the Reno real estate market, I do think currently is a good time to get into a home. The interest rates are going to be a little bit higher, around the 7% range, a little bit lower if you're getting an FHA or a VA loan. But as inflation comes down and the interest rates come down throughout the year, possibly in the second, third, or fourth quarter, as the interest rates come down, more buyers enter the buying pool, meaning more buyer demand, less inventory, and more competition for you, meaning it gets harder to find a home that you like, less negotiations, less possible closing costs from the seller, and a much harder time to buy a home. Yes, you will get maybe even 0.5% or more lower interest rate, but you might be paying $10,000 to $30,000 more for that same exact home that you buy now. You might be paying a slightly higher payment for 6 to 18 months. But like I said, a general rule of thumb is once interest rates drop to about 1% lower than your current mortgage interest rate is a good time to refinance. So like I said, I do think now is a good time to buy. I would say the last 3 months of 2023 were better, but you obviously can't go back in time and buy a home in November or December. So pick your poison, figure out what you want to do, and see if it's a right fit for you and your family, and if it fits with your finances. If you're looking for some great incentives and a brand new home, you're going to want to check out these builders. First is D.R. Horton, because they offer some of the best value in town in Reno, Sparks, North Valleys, and in the Dayton areas. They offer great 1 and 2 story options with plenty of homes under $500,000 and even more under $600,000. You can even get some homes in the $420,000 to $450,000 range in the Dayton areas or the North Valleys, which is absolutely insane. They offer some of the best interest rate incentives incentives. Currently, they're offering 5.25% for an FHA or VA loan and 5.75% for a conventional loan with a $5,000 closing cost credit as well if you use their in-house lender. Lennar typically also offers some sort of incentives, anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 for closing costs, and sometimes they offer more, but they change all the time. So check out each specific community if you're interested. And you're also going to want to check out Toll Brothers. They were also recently offering $10,000 or $20,000 for closing costs, but it really differs from community to community and it changes all the time. So if you have any questions about these specific communities or builders, just reach out. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video on the current Reno real estate market and what is going on with inventory, interest rates, and the current shift in the Reno market. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or moving to Reno, Nevada, and you need some help, all my information will be down in the description below. I look forward to making this move as easy as possible for you. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.